All right, hello and welcome everyone to week 1 of 5 of our upper body strength and conditioning. For equipment today, we are going to be using our mat, our dumbbells. I have my chair over here, my loop bands, my supportive footwear, as we are going to be jumping around a little bit at the end. And the last thing that I will give you options for is your TRX. If you have it, if you'd like to use it, today is a good day for that. Okay, so let's get you started. Today, we are going to be focusing on a paused focus on our push-ups. So, push-ups, we know them, maybe we don't love them. We're going to start with them, and we're doing this paused focus, which is us lowering down and holding the bottom of our reps through these in hopes of you getting stronger and better at them. So, let's get down onto the floor and practice a few of these so you know what's coming for your sets. We are doing 8 reps total of this pause. Now, the pause, how long you pause for will really depend on you and essentially how good you are and how strong you currently are at your push-ups. We want to hold it anywhere from 2 to 4 seconds. Again, you're doing 8 reps of these push-ups. Normal push-up position. We're going to lower down and hold for 1, 2, and then push up to the top. And if we want to make that more challenging for ourselves, we can always increase that hold to 3 to 4 seconds. Now, for those of us who are really struggling with our push-ups to begin with, I still want you to work with that pause. What you're going to do instead is lower down and pause 1, 2, and then use the knees to reset back onto the toes so that we're pausing in that full body position. That is the way that you are going to get better at these and eventually be able to actually do them in this full position. So 8 reps total. That is our first one. Second one that we're working with is a band pull apart. Now you can use either a long band or if you have 2 loop bands, you can loop them together like so. We are doing 8 reps of these band pull aparts. And normal tempo, 2 seconds out, 2 seconds in. And that is going to be our first of 4 rounds of this. You're going to have 4 sets of this. Between our sets, we want to take some rest, 30 to 45 seconds of rest before you complete your next round. So pause push-ups, band pull-aparts, 4 rounds. That's what's up. So press pause, get it done. I'll see you back here for part 2. All right, here we are for part 2. Which is going to start you off with single arm rows. Now I'm going to be using this chair here. Those of you who again have your TRX, you can always incorporate that in. I'm going to be using both of my dumbbells stacked on top of each other, knee on the chair, hand on the chair, working with a neutral grip row, holding it in for 1, 2, 3 seconds at the top. So we have that same paused focus, which is not an optional amount of time. We all want to hold this for 3 seconds. Completing 10 reps total on each side. So we'll hold it in, get that nice squeeze in our back by pulling that shoulder back for 3 seconds. And that's also going to, again, apply, hold in for 1, 2, 3 before we let out through our 10 reps total. So that's our first one. With this one, we are going to do a chest press with it. So if we have dumbbells, they are ideal for this one. We're going to go ahead and lay on our back. Bring our dumbbells with us, laying all the way down, palms face the legs, pulling our shoulders together onto the floor so that we have that nice strong position on our shoulders, coming down and apart, and then exhaling and pushing up and together. We are completing 12 reps total of these chest presses. So we'll work with 12 reps of these chest presses. Again, the whole time we want to make sure that our upper back stays down, our shoulders stay down, which might create an arch in your back, which is completely fine on this one. We're not necessarily training our core. We are much more focused on our upper body. So that is your first round. We're limiting the rest. We're not taking any between our 4 sets. So as soon as we finish our 12 chest presses, we're back up in it for our pause rows. And you have 4 rounds of that. All right. Now you pause the video and go get it done. I'll see you back here for part 3. All right, welcome back for your last and final part. We have our last 2 movements, starting off once again with another variation of rows. We're sticking with that pause focus. We're going to be working with a neutral grip 2-arm row. So again, TRXs, you're going to follow along doing the same thing that I will be using my dumbbells for. Standing hip width apart, soft knees. We'll hinge those hips back and pull into this neutral grip or A grip position, holding for 1, 2, 3 seconds before we let down between every one of our reps. And we have 10 reps total of these pause rows. With this one, we are dipping. We're going to be working with a bench dip, ideally. Chair dip in my case. I'll be sitting on the chair, lowering myself off, down to 90 degrees, pushing up, and we are doing 15 reps total of these dips. No rest. Same thing as the last superset, going right from the rows to the dips, back to back between the two, 4 times, and that's going to conclude your last part of the strength. But you already knew and know that you have one more part to today's session, which is the conditioning circuit. So hit pause, get that done, and I will see you back here for the conditioning work. All right, everyone, welcome back. We are back in it to finish you off with your conditioning circuit. Today we have 3 exercises that we are going to be going through. Mostly all you need is space. In addition to open space on your mat, we will also again need our supportive footwear and our timer. So we're going to go ahead and start off by setting our timer for 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. Then we have 3 movements, and we are going to complete 4 sets total of these 3 movements. So you can set that timer. And if you don't have the interval timer, you can always follow along watching a running clock, but we know the interval timer is always a better option. So if you don't have one yet, download it for next time. 3 movements, starting off with our first one, which is our lateral bound. So for 45 seconds, we're going to be laterally bounding side to side, trying to be as fast and as powerful as possible, but also pacing ourselves so that we can continue to do this for 45 seconds. Following that lateral bounds, we have, again, 15 seconds of rest before we start our second movement, which is our split jumps. Now for these ones, you can again either follow these in a lateral fashion, doing the length of our mat right and left, or you can simply stay in place. We have opposite arm, opposite leg. If you're low impact, we're going to step rather than jump, and that's going to be our second one. Last and final one, sticking with our lateral theme, is our bear crawl. So we're going to get on down there, oh yes, into our off knee or bear crawling position, stepping opposite hand, opposite foot, all the way down the length of our mat, all the way back for our 45 seconds. That would be 1 set. And again, we are completing 4 rounds of this very fun, hot and heavy stuff. So that's what's up. Get it done. And then you will find your stretch session for today. You just scroll down to the bottom of this page. Okay, I'll catch you guys next day for our full body conditioning.